Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, and back with a little video. It's not a review or anything, just something. It's not something I normally do. I don't do video game reviews, but I wanted to make this video. It's gonna be kind of a review, sort of a rant, kind of a trying to rebut some things that have been said about this game. Anyway, you saw me do the unboxing on this a little while back. I had the big collector's edition with the statue and all that. But I'm talking about this game here, the Aliens Colonial Marines game. Now, anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the movie Aliens. It is my all-time favorite movie. I can't wait for the NECA figures of Hicks and Hudson to come out. That come out in June, I believe. I've seen some sites are taking pre-orders already, but anyway. But that's that. Then you have this game that came out. Now, first off, I really liked this game. I enjoyed playing it. It was a lot of fun. The sights and sounds of the movie. It looked like the movie. It sounded like the movie. You had some voice actors from the movie. So I really enjoyed this game. But I know there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of hatred been heaped upon this game. And in fact, making this video, I may get some hate from just doing this video because so many people just despise this game. And people may call me stupid or gay or something or whatever, because I'm doing this video where I'm not gonna completely hate the game. It's just something but that's I don't care. If people want to hate me for making this video, that's fine. Let them hate me. I don't care. This is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So this game, all right, is it the greatest game ever made? No. Is it a perfect game? No. I don't expect a game to be perfect. No matter what the title is. There's no such thing as perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect. But I think there's some things that people have been bitching about this game that are not completely justified. And I just thought I would like to throw my 2 cents, my thoughts on some of these things, and just try and dispute some of the things that aren't exactly 100% accurate or justified. So one thing is you get, the graphics. I think the graphics look fine to me. Is it Mass Effect? Is it Halo? No. But I wasn't expecting that. It's because it's Aliens. It's not Halo. It's not Mass Effect. It's not trying to be. At least I don't think it's trying to be. I mean, frankly, there's a lot of these games that have been trying to be Aliens for the past 20 years. There are so many things that games like Halo, and I love the Halo series, what games like Halo and some of these other kind of shooters have taken from the Aliens, particularly this movie. I mean, look at, a bunch of Marines in space battling alien beings from another planet. That sounds familiar to me. Anyway, but that's, I think the graphics are pretty good. They're not the greatest graphics in the world. I've seen better. I've seen worse. Trust me. There's a lot worse out there. But people are bitching about that. And people are bitching about the gameplay. It's your standard first-person shooter gameplay. You're going in, you're moving left to right, you look down the sight, you fire, you reload, you duck for cover, all these kind of things. Things that we're used to seeing in a first-person shooter. That's what the type of game it is. That's what you're getting. People then you get things like I watched this video that was basically supposed to be a review on it. It was basically 8 minutes of the guy bitching about the game. And he's talking about one of the things is the customization. You can, along the way, you pick up EP or experience points, and you can customize things on the weapons. And you can put laser scopes or different sights. You can upgrade the magazine count, the ammo count on the magazines. There's different skins you can apply to the weapons. They were like red, and I think one was like a red, white, and blue, like a Stars and Stripes kind of one. There was a bunch of them. I don't know. I can't remember them all. But anyway, he's like, the pulse rifle is this, great iconic, sci-fi weapon, and, it shouldn't have like laser sights and scopes and all this stuff. He's bitching about this. You're not forced to do these little upgrades and add-ons. If you don't want the laser sighting on the gun, don't put the laser sighting on the gun. Leave it alone. If you don't want to put the little skins, the color apps on the gun, whatever you want to call it, don't put it on there. No one is forcing you to upgrade the gun. It's just little things that you can do to make things a little better or a little nicer looking. It's a preference. You don't have to put these upgrades on. I used the laser sighting. I wanted to upgrade to the laser sighting because it made me hit my targets a little better. It helped me focus on what I was shooting at better. At least I felt it did. But you don't need that. Another thing people have been whining about, this is what I've heard the most about with this game, is this story doesn't make sense. This story doesn't make sense. It's a story, Since when does a story 100% make sense in video games? You're going to tell me that there's never been a video game where the story doesn't make sense? You're going to tell me, again, I keep bringing up Halo. You're going to tell me that the storylines in the Halo games are 100% believable and make complete sense, that you're going through the game and you can figure out exactly what the hell is supposed to be going on. There's things that they're being said and things that, and it's not just Halo, and I'm not trying to hate on Halo because, again, I love the Halo series. I'm a fan of first-person shooters. Not very good at first-person shooters sometimes, but I still enjoy playing those games. But it's like, this isn't the first time that there's been a game where the storyline is a little weird or confusing. And I'm going to say this, spoiler alert. I'm saying it again, spoilers. I'm going to say some spoilers here in case I don't want people bitching, you put spoilers in the video. Look at the movie. Anyone that's seen the movie Aliens, if you haven't seen by now, again, there's going to be some spoilers in a second. And if you haven't seen Aliens, then I can't help you with that. That's your problem if you haven't seen that amazing movie. Near the end of the movie, you have Ripley and you have Newt, and they're trying to escape the Queen Alien, and they jump on the dropship. It's being piloted by Bishop at this point. And they jump on board, and there's a couple cutaways, and at one point the landing gear hits some debris, and it's having some trouble taking off, and again, they cut to Bishop, and they cut to Ripley and whatnot, and they jump back and forth. And at some point during this point in the movie, you're a good couple hours into the movie at this point, this is where the alien queen supposedly jumps onto the dropship without anyone noticing, because we see a few minutes later from that, the queen comes off with the dropship and is on the Sulaco and skewers poor little Bishop right through his little synthetic human guts. It's not exactly plausible that the Queen Alien happens to jump on, but nobody notices, and before that she gets into an elevator that is half her size. It's leaves a little to the imagination. But the thing is, you're on this ride that James Cameron takes us, and you're when you're into a movie, you almost disassociate things like that. You don't care so much. But there's things in the story, and it's like, How come the Sulaco is by LV-426? Again, the last time we saw it, it was outside of Fury 191 or 161, whatever, the prison planet that we see in the beginning of Alien 3. And how come Hicks is alive in the movie? Wasn't he killed in Alien 3? Again, spoilers if you haven't played the game. It's in there. You know, and they're like, it hasn't been, and they don't explain it at all. Well, obviously you're not paying attention because they do explain it. You may not like the explanation that they gave as to why the Sulaco or how the Sulaco is back by LV-426, or how and why Hicks is still alive in the game. It's possible that they decide to just ignore what happens in Alien 3, which in some cases is a good thing, because, you know, here you got these characters that we loved as we're seeing them throughout the movie, and oh, well, let's just kill them off. Yeah, it's one of the things I hated about Alien 3, even though in general, still a pretty good movie. And, you know, but the thing is, the things are explained. Whether you want to buy the explanation, that's your business, but just don't say that they're not explained. And, you know, again, people are bitching about the storyline. You know, but that's, to me, it's unfair to say that, like, oh, the storyline doesn't make sense. They don't explain it. They do explain stuff. You know, whether it makes sense to you or me, to me, that's not the most important thing. The gameplay is the most important thing in a game. If the gameplay sucks, I don't care how great the graphics are. It don't mean diddly squat. Then talk about glitches. Yes, there are some glitches in the game. Now, I played through the campaign, and I experienced minor glitches. Not the gigantic, huge glitches that people are talking about. I didn't see these huge problems. There was one couple times where you killed an alien, and you saw him still kind of like twitching off to the side, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. It's not in your way. It's there. Who cares? You move on. You go on and you kill some more aliens. You move into a different area of the game. And you get things. You get all these little things, background items, lighting in certain rooms. You see rooms that we see on the planet, on the ships that look like the movie, that sound like the movie. There's little things. Okay, the power loader sequence could have been better. It would have been nice if we got to experience using the power loader more. There's this one sequence where you get to use the smart gun, the big kind of heavy machine gun that we see Drake and Vasquez use in the movie. We get to do that in the game, but it's only one sequence. I wish there could have been a little bit more. It's not a perfect game. I've never said it's a perfect game. And I've talked to some people on Facebook that have played the game, and they liked it. And I know there's a gazillion videos bashing this movie, or bashing this video game, and there's reviewers bashing the game, and it's just, I think, you know, some of these things are just unfounded. In general, I would say it's an average game. It's if you were gonna give it a scale of like 1 to 5, it's a 3, maybe 3.5. You know, it's not perfect, but it's first-person shooter. You're using a pulse rifle. You're killing aliens. You're going through the environments that you see in the movie. You encounter characters from the movie, weapons and little things, little nods to the movie, even nods to the original film a little bit. So this is my opinion. This is my thoughts. In general, I think it's a pretty good game. It's not great, but it's not the piece of garbage that people have been calling it. So that's my thoughts. You know, Aliens, Colonial Marines. You know, take it for what it's worth. So that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If anyone else has played this, do you think it's this piece of garbage that everyone says it is? I don't know. This is my opinion. So some of the things are not quite... some of the complaints are not quite legitimized. Anyway, that's it. And game over, man.